Hey, what is going on, guys? This is the SS Ultimate Goku back with another video. And today I'm going to be talking about something that is a hot topic within the WWE and the gaming community, I guess. Um, and that is the status of Brock Lesnar being in WWE 2K24. Now, and will he still be in this game? Now, um, Now, for me personally, I'm just gonna say this right now. I'm not really that much. I'm not really that much invested on whether Brock's gonna be in this game or not. I'm more invested on when CM Punk will be put in this game because he's not officially on the roster for the 2K24 game. However, this might be because they are going to make him a late DLC. And they did tease a microphone, which would indicate CM Punk. No, that will not be Mr. Kennedy. That wasn't Mr. Kennedy's microphone. And also, Mr. Kennedy, why would Endeavor want to bring Kennedy in? He was with the company for like I think 2 years. And Kennedy was an up-and-coming mid-card guy, and obviously he unfortunately got fired during his peak. But why would you want to bring Kennedy in? That doesn't make sense. Like, it really doesn't. I don't know why people think Mr. Kennedy... And also, he's with another company, so I don't know why people are speculating that Kennedy's going to be in the game. He hasn't been in the game since, I think the last time he was in the game was, 2007 or 2008, if I'm remembering correctly. Why would you want to bring him in the game? That doesn't make sense. And that was, back in the SmackDown versus Raw days, okay? So that's not happening. But I do hope CM Punk does come in as a DLC. Because that DLC would be the most purchased DLC ever. In the history of DLCs. But anyways, the whole status of this topic of the video is Brock Lesnar. Now, I have not on this channel covered the allegations surrounding Vince McMahon and now, I guess, to a certain extent, Brock Lesnar, because it deals with a lot of serious hot topics or controversial topics that are very uncomfortable to a lot of people, and also YouTube itself. It's hard to monetize when you say certain things on YouTube. So you have a chance of getting demonetized if you say wrong words and whatnot. Even if you're intending on saying them for, purposes of things, that involve justice and whatnot, or court filings. So I didn't really cover any of the topics going on with Brock and Vince and whatnot. But the fact of the matter is, right now, is basically the skim of it is Brock Lesnar was seen in a lawsuit, or he was named. Well, he wasn't named in the lawsuit. It just said that a former UFC champion allegedly did this and this in the lawsuit pertaining to Vince McMahon's allegations. And obviously there aren't that many former UFC heavyweight champions that are in WWE, and so it was narrowed down to Brock Lesnar, because Brock Lesnar, I think, is the only one. I mean, I guess Ronda Rousey, could count too for this. But I mean, we know what they were talking. We know they were talking about Brock Lesnar. And so Brock was named in this, and because Brock was named in this, they basically have cut him out of the WWE. I mean, his intro on WWE television at the beginning of the show was cut, and they removed him for LA Knight. I am glad LA Knight is on the intro, by the way. I just kind of wish it would have happened under better circumstances of just being a replacement for Brock. That happened. They also removed him off of the 40 years of WrestleMania cover, which was it's only a digital cover, but they did remove him. They put Cena on there, and they moved a couple people over in position, and they just made Cena larger. So that's kind of what happened, and now we're talking about this. Now, a couple of days ago, a report came out that, because all these allegations came out in, the day of the Royal Rumble, basically. So it was not really good timing. I think it was the day before the Rumble, actually, but it was not good timing for the company for it to come out at that time. A couple of days before the Netflix deal, was revealed for Raw for next year. So it was not a good time for WWE. Now, the game comes out March 8th. And because the game comes out on March 8th, and as allegations came out in the end of January, there was not going to be enough time to remove Brock Lesnar from the game. Especially since Brock Lesnar is going to be in the story mode. He's in the showcase mode, which is the story mode for WWE. So he's heavily featured in the showcase mode for the 40 years of WrestleMania. So because of this, they couldn't just outright remove Brock Lesnar when they only had about a little over a month to do that. So he's still in the showcase mode. However, the rumors now a couple days ago came out is that Brock is going to be an unplayable character, and he's only going to be in the showcase mode. So you'll be able to play him as in the showcase if he's a playable character, if you're the playable character for the showcase mode, if Brock is the playable character for the showcase mode. But that will be it. So it's going to be kind of a situation like Fighter Z, when Android 21, the good version of Android 21, was not a playable character, but in the story mode she was. In Evil 21, you can't play as at all. She's just a computer. But that's in the season mode, or that's in the story mode, basically, in Fighter Z. But you couldn't play them in there. You could play the regular Android 21, but you could not play as Evil or Good 21, which still to this day pisses me off that it was never released as a DLC. Those specific versions of the character. Point being is that's kind of what they're doing here with Brock Lesnar. Now I've heard a couple people bring up the fact that they're doing this so they don't pay Brock Lesnar. Let it be known, guys, Brock Lesnar being in the story mode or the showcase mode, guess what? They have to pay him for that. Even if he's not a playable character, if he's featured in the story mode, they still have to pay him. So removing him will not change that. Removing him as an unplayable character will not change that fact. Removing him from the cover will not change that fact. They still have to pay him for being featured in the story mode. Okay? Because he's still in the game. His files are still in the game too, even if they remove him, which is going to cause a lot of issues because you're going to see probably a lot of people, if people still have Game Sharks, or I think it's called Action Replay now, they're going to freaking easily get his file back into the game. There are going to be some people that are going to try to do that because I remember people back in the day used to do that. Like for WrestleMania, what was it called? WrestleMania 2000, I think they, wasn't it 2000 or was it, I don't remember if it was, no, I think was it No Mercy? No, I'm sorry. It was SmackDown. SmackDown 2 did it. SmackDown 2. I'm sure there was ones for No Mercy too, though. Well, actually, WrestleMania 2000, what they did for Game Shark is because it was so similar to WCW NWO Revenge, they used the files to make it WCW, like in Game Shark. I've seen codes. I've seen videos where people have done that on WrestleMania 2000. But for SmackDown 2 Know Your Role, like when Shamrock and Big Show were all removed from the games or whatever, they were able to put their files, because their files were still in the game, and because of that, they were able to use the Game Shark to get them back in the game. But that is what I think might happen here with Brock Lesnar. From other fans will probably try to just do that again, or they'll just use the creative mode, because they can just do that too and upload their own version of Brock Lesnar. So what's my opinion on this? That is what is being said. What do I think is actually going to happen here? So here's my take on this. I think Brock Lesnar actually will still be a playable character in this game. despite what everything is being reported. I think what they're trying to do here is they're trying to minimize as much about Brock Lesnar as possible. And that's why they're not confirming that Brock Lesnar is a playable character or he's on the full roster, because they still have to pay him regardless. He's in the story mode and whatnot. I just don't think they want to tell people that he's a playable character. We'll find out on March 8th if he will be a playable character or not. But officially, but that's what I think they're doing here is like, I don't think they want to confirm that he's a playable character. It's not that I don't think he is a playable character. He isn't. I just think they don't think they want to like say that he's a playable character because they couldn't remove his files in time. I do not think Brock Lesnar is removed from this game because it would be way too hard upon release. Obviously, the cover is easy to adjust. Removing him from the cover, that's pretty easy to do. Removing him from the game, to me, would be way too hard, and they're going to have to pay him regardless because he's still in the story mode. If he's still in the story mode, he's still technically in the game, even if he's unplayable. Okay? He's still in the game, which means his likeness is still in the game, which means WWE and 2K still have to pay him. So, this whole idea that they wouldn't have to pay him by making him an unplayable character is wrong. He still has to be paid for being put in the season mode. So, to me, I think it's not worth removing him. But they can just pretend that he's not in the game. They could pretend that they're not not advertising, like they're not advertising him, they're not showing him. You know, that's what they're gonna do, and they're just gonna pretend that he's not in the game when in reality he is. But that's my 2 cents on this. Like I said, I think he's going to still be a playable character in the game. But that's all I think he'll be. I think and then next year he won't be in the game at all. Unless the lawsuit is resolved by that point, which I don't know if it will be. But it's an unfortunate situation. I did not want... I mean, Brock was supposed to come back for the Rumble. And again, this came out like a day or two before the Rumble happened, and because of that, he was pulled from the Royal Rumble. And I don't know what his contract status is. I don't know if he was released from WWE officially or there's a buyout happening behind the scenes. I don't know what's going on with Brock Lesnar. Or his status with the company. Obviously, there's no creative plans anytime soon, which ruins the WrestleMania plans that they had for him with Gunther for the Intercontinental title. Which it would have been for the Intercontinental Champion. A lot of people think Gunther would have lost the title before that. No. The plan was for him to defend the title against Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar, the reason creatively why he was going to go after Gunther's Intercontinental Championship was because Gunther made it special. So it made it special, and it made a reason for Brock to want to challenge him for it. But now that Brock has been pulled creatively, that match isn't going to happen. I don't know who Gunther will defend the title against. It probably might be Sami Zayn. That's one of the rumors now that's going around is it's going to be probably Sami. But I'm still not sure. But, yeah, we did miss out on a good match with Brock. Personally, I don't think Brock should have been pulled because, again, it's all allegations. And he wasn't named, even though we know that they were talking about Brock Lesnar. He was not named in that lawsuit. So that's my take on it. Yeah. I looked at it. I mean, it's very bad. It's a very bad allegations that he's been accused of. But, to me, he was not named, so I don't. My opinion, I don't think they should be removing him. Even though we know that's who they're talking about. That's just my take on it. And I also do believe in innocence until proven guilty. But again, this is a company situation. Obviously, Endeavor wants to kind of clean themselves away from this. That's why they're doing this. Again, will Brock ever be in the ring again? Don't know. Don't know his status. I don't even know if he was outright released yet from his contract. Maybe he has. I don't know. And there's some people that are saying that he won't go to AEW. if he does get released or whatever. I think Tony Khan actually would sign Brock Lesnar even under the allegations, because he signed Ric Flair, and Ric Flair had allegations too, and Ric Flair, they can't even really use him, for like matches and stuff like that. So, yeah, I do think Tony Khan would sign Brock Lesnar if he became available. He could pay his salary because, he does have a lot of money. Tony Khan does have a lot of money. But I don't know if that will happen because, one, I don't know if Brock would want to waste his time with AEW. And also, damn well Brock would not put up. If the AEW locker room, like the fucking Elite and all those people, if they hated CM Punk, could you imagine how much they would hate Brock Lesnar? Because Brock Lesnar is much more vocal than CM Punk is. Like, Brock Lesnar, if you do something, he will beat the shit out of you. I mean, he will not take that crap. Like, those little the Elite, like Elite, they would fucking be gone. I guarantee you, Brock Lesnar would have in his contract, these motherfuckers try to pull anything, they're fucking gone. Like, I'm telling you right now, Brock would fucking not put up with that shit from the Elite. Punk didn't put up with it. All right, you think Brock would put up with that? Like, I'm telling you right now, if he went to AEW, and he'd be on a part-time schedule anyways. But damn well Brock wouldn't fucking put up with that shit. But yeah, that's my That's my thoughts on this. I think Brock is secretly in the game. It's just they don't want to tell anybody that he is in the game as a playable character. And yeah, that's my thoughts. Comment, rate if you like this video, my videos, please subscribe. Hit the notification bell for all the latest contents. Thank you. And I am the Ultimate Goku Moderator. Peace. Also, besides my YouTube channel, like, follow me on the Twitch, the Instagram, same name. And then I do have a Discord link where we talk about NFL football, WWE, AEW, live action movies, live action TV series, cartoons, anime dubs, all that good stuff. So make sure to go there and discuss some stuff. And now I'm out. Peace.